what's going on, everyone? Today we are doing Mount Tallac in Lake Tahoe. That is the trailhead down there. We just started. Make sure you sign a permit, free permit, really quick. Just gotta sign it and drop it in the bucket. And yeah, I have my cousin Harjot with me. I'll show you guys him later on. So this is the trail so far. And yeah, catch you guys around a little bit in. But we should get there in 3 hours and back in probably 2. And it is 8 o'clock. Not 8, 7:30. 7:40 probably. Probably get back around 2 o'clock. Over and out. Here we have our first view of Mount Tallac. Got a little bit of snow, but we're going all the way up there. Whew. And this is Harjot, backpack kid right now. Yeah, we're about half a mile in. It should take us about 2.5 hours to get to the top. Over and out. These are the views a mile in. So this is exactly a mile in from the trailhead. Yeah. These are the views. And for my recommendations is start early. I suggest a 5 a.m. start or 6 a.m. start at the minimum. If you're doing this in July, August, June, because it is hot. It is hot. You feel there's a nice breeze going on with the lake. However, as we go inland, the breeze is probably gonna stop and it's gonna get real hot because we're gonna be out in the exposed areas with no tree line. Other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing right now. We're pacing at about 27 minutes a mile. At about 2.5 hours, we should be to the top. Over and out. Okay, about 1.3 miles in, and you kind of start going away from the fallen leaf lake into the wilderness. And for the first 3.5 miles, I heard it is pretty well shaded. However, after that 1.5 miles, it's pretty exposed and it's really steep. So should be fun. We are in the forest now. You can hear the animals. Wow. Over and out. Here we are about 1.7 miles in. And after this, you enter the desolation wilderness, and permit is required. So that permit you fill out at the trailhead. So you can go ahead beyond this point. And we're about to reach the first lake. And I believe it's called Floating Island Lake. Check it out. All right, we are at Floating Island Lake, and you could see the shadows. You kind of see Mount Tallac in there. Boom. This lake's reflection is crazy. Wow, it's pretty clean. Definitely take a swim in here. Wow, we're gonna be all the way up there soon, chat. Over and out. Over and out. So anyone that is planning on not bringing a lot of water and planning on bringing a filter, there is running water right here. Might be able to filter out. But water isn't the cleanest. However, if you have a good filter, you should be able to drink it. It is flowing. Now we're approaching lake number 2. We'll catch you guys there. Almost out the woods. Alright, we are at Cedro Lake, something like that. It's pretty small, shallow, clean though. I want to take a swim here. There's a few people here that begin at early in the morning. They're already coming down. It's probably about 8:30 right now, so we should start heading up. Try to make it to the top by 10. That's my friend, our cousin Hardrop. Hopefully you can make it up there. Over and out. Alright. Our first view at Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe is all the way out there. That's Fallen Leaf Lake. The Cedro Lakes. Tallac is right about there. And we're done with the tree lines. So it's all steep from here. This is probably super hard from this trail up. The hardest part. So we're about halfway done. And yeah. My cousin thought this was Tallac. Tallac's all over there. There's the moons out to do. Wow. Alright, let's go. Alright. So we just hit 3 miles. Exactly. Got into a bit of shade. Pretty sure it doesn't last for that long, but I believe 1.5 miles to go. And the trail is supposed to get really hard from here. Looks like I hear a creek as well. Near 3 mile mark. There's Tahoe over there. He's making it. Making some progress. Should be able to do it. All rocks though. Barely any dirt. Oh, looks like the trail is flooded a bit with water.
This is not the way, bro.
My cousin thinks this is not the way.
Okay, this is water. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's coming from snow. It looks like we are gonna be coming on the rocks. Anyways, we'll check you guys out in a little bit. Almost there. Okay, got some snow patches here in late July, or mid-July. And not sure if you can see those people. Right by the grass. White shirt right there, going up.
Oh, I see.
That's the trail, so zigzags go all the way up to the ridge line over there, and then go up to Mount Tallac. So we're about a mile, 1.2 miles away, almost there. But wow. This is the hardest part of the trail. Should take us about less than an hour to the top. Let's go. Oh yeah, chat. Good stuff, man. We got Tahoe in the back. Let's go. Look at this giant tree in the middle of this bowl full of rocks. We're almost to the top. Wow. This would be a nice mountaineering. Probably go up that chute right there. Anyways, let's go. We're almost there. All rocks from here. All rocks. This bowl is full of rocks. Here comes Joth. Getting a bit tired, but got it. Almost up there to that ridge line. Just one thing coming up here, you know, you have to make sure to not twist your ankle on these rocks or fall. Some of the rocks are really, really loose, so you have to be really careful I definitely recommend mid tops for ankle support coming up this. I have low tops, so not really getting any ankle support, so I have to make sure every step is taken carefully so I don't twist the ankle or anything. Other than that, just following Leaf Lake. This guy nonchalant coming up. We're in it. Really easy rock scramble, class 2 at most. However, you could kind of lose your route here pretty quickly if you don't have good navigating skills. You know, if you're not able to spot the trail, you will lose your route. So I recommend all trails. We're almost there. Look at those people over there. That's the trail. Alright guys, catch you guys in a bit. There's some people coming right there where we were now. So somebody left their Gatorade Zero right here. Please don't leave your trash behind, guys.
You taking it?
So I'm gonna take it with me. Get rid of it later on when we're back to the car. But yeah, please don't leave your trash here, especially a big bottle like this. Look at that. Wow. Alright. We have made it to the ridge. We're done with the bowl. And here's the backside of Mount Tallac. Wow. Look at that. Amazing. I won't made it to the top. There's Herjo, struggling a little bit, taking breaks. He thinks that this is a summit, but it's not. There's still like 900 feet to go. So that's kind of sad. But yeah, we just made it to the top. So it's gonna be windy here, which is good because it's hot. The meadows are great back here. Wow. Amazing. He's really starting to struggle now. Anyways, over and out. Well, here's our first look at the peak, Mount Tallac right there. That is Aloha Lakes over there. Beautiful. Joe's kind of getting tired, but he's kind of happy now that you could at least see the summit. Probably 500-600 feet more. 500 probably. Catch you guys. Almost there. The nonchalant guy right here. Barely making it up. Oh boy. Over and out. Here comes the nonchalant guy right here. Wow, this is a beautiful. So, this guy's so funny. Almost to the top here. Probably about 200 feet. Struggling a little bit. Last break?
Right here till it's like tight.
Okay. Look at that background. Wow. Saw some lakes coming up on that side. Lower Lake, Echo Lake. It's a 12-mile hike all through all those mountains. Beautiful. Anybody knows what that noise is? We've been hearing it throughout the trail.
Birds.
a lot of bugs on this trail. Oh, almost there. See you guys at the top.
Hit the lights.
We're just kind of struggling, but look at the views, chat. Whew. Wow, you can see the lakes down there. Oh, you see those trees? This is the last part. It's the hardest for Joth right now. You can see it's pretty steep. Probably like 35 degrees. 45. This guy's struggling. Almost there though. Less than 300 feet to go. Probably 250. But it's pretty steep from here. Or not. Oh boy. Alright, so we're basically here at the top, about 150 feet probably. Nonchalant Joth right here. Stop playing with him. Pretty easy. It's not that high, so elevation gain, it's not that bad. Other than that, check you guys at the top, almost there. It's been a really hard 1.5 miles for my cousin, but I'm getting him to push through it. He grabs the knees off camera. This guy is so funny.
I've basically been on the Stairmaster for 4 hours.
My cousin just said he's been on the Stairmaster for 4 hours. Other than that, it's a great trail, great views. About to finally look at Lake Tahoe after cutting up that ridge from the bowl. So, see you guys at the top. Alright, looks like I have the Tahoe summit to myself right now. And there is just so many rocks on this mountain, it is nuts. But look at these. Oh my gosh. It's just crazy. I always wanted to summit a mountain in Tahoe, and today is my lucky day. Amazing. Alright, let's talk about a little bit about the trails and stuff. Blowing up here right now. So we started from down there. Went across, went up that bowl all the way to that peak over there and came up the ridge line to the top. And it's about, my watch counted about 5.5 miles to the top. So this is just amazing. Wow. So as far as I'm aware, this is the highest Tahoe shoreline summit. I know there's Jobs Peak over there that's taller than this peak, but shoreline wise, Mount Tallac is the highest peak. And there are a lot of bugs here, so I'm gonna wrap this up and you guys soak in the views. Check you guys later. Over and out. So a lot of people have pulled up since we've been here. Looks like a group are at the summit taking a photo. There's another group right there. So this is a Thursday around 10:30 a.m. Mount Tallac is a really popular trail here at Tahoe. And you know, I could see why. And the views are amazing. heading down this rocky summit. Question for the viewers: why does this rock mountain have so many rocks? I think this is the most rockiest mountain I've ever seen. Glenmore Lake right there. I'm gonna take a swim on it in it one day. Other than that, over and out. See you guys around the bowl. Check out these green meadows. Beautiful. See some people walking. Alright, so we're back in the bowl. About to get back into the bowl. Yeah, so looks like trail comes up this way. I was about to go down this way. Anyways, so the bowl is gonna be really hot, and once we make it down to that lake right there, we should be feeling better. Okay, so we finally got down this bowl full of rocks, and this is literally a bowl full of rocks. It's probably the biggest rock here. Crazy. Just rocks on rocks on rocks. Anyways, nonchalant guy's struggling really bad right now, but we're down into pretty safe territory. This bowl is pretty dangerous. If there's a landslide or rocks are coming down, you're kind of screwed. Other than that, over and out. I'll see you guys later. Coming off of Tallac summit, all the way up there. Check that out. Man, I think that's about 2,300 feet higher. Check this out. Like, this is not good. Alright, probably see you guys at the trailhead now. Over and out. Alright, so we're back to Floating Island Lake. There's Mount Tallac up there. Looks amazing. Calm as it can be. So we're about less than 2 miles out, close to 2 miles from the trailhead, and now on mostly gonna for another half a mile. We'll mostly be walking next to a little leaf lake. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Catch you guys at the trailhead. Well, after 7.5 hours, 11 miles, close to 10.5 miles, 3,300 feet of gain, we are back at the trailhead and back to our cars. And boy, was that a long day. This is the trailhead, everyone. And this is where you get your permits. So this side, right side is, go ahead and get your permit from in there. They have pens here that you can use. And you take half of the paper off and you go ahead and put it in that box. Other than that, let's go ahead to my car. Joe, how does it feel, chat? No, nothing? Hey, at least we made it. Never ending trail. This guy made it. This guy's trying to get home. He is so done. He's like, what you got me into, or what he got himself into. Alright guys, have a good one. Over and out. Here's that Powerade that I brought from up there. I'll go throw that away later.